This video is all about why we closed our farm stand.
Stay tuned if you want to see reasons for having a farm stand or why we got rid of it.
Okay, so the first big reason why we closed our farm stand was location. We moved, we got a new property, and at the current location that we are at, having a farm stand will not work. It is on a very secluded road where we currently live, and our previous house, it was in front of a really busy road. So that's the main reason why we quit having a farm stand. However, there were some things about having this farm stand at our old property that we were getting a little bit sick of, and we're going to tell you about them in this video.
Number one thing that bothered us is theft, I would say.
Yes. So we had some people that were stealing, and it wasn't everybody. There were a lot of awesome people that came and visited it, which was really nice, and they'd become like regulars, but there were a few bad eggs in there who did steal. And when people steal from you at your home, it just hits a little bit differently, and it made us really uncomfortable, especially me, and then I would get frustrated with it.
One thing that we could have done to prevent the theft would have been have more regular hours, actually close it up at night and open it up in the morning. People were coming in the middle of the night and grabbing, you'd see them. We had Jory installed just some sort of a camera thing, and you could see a guy going in there and then eating tomatoes and stuff while he's in there. It's hilarious. So if we had more regular hours, I think it would have prevented the bad apples from showing up, because they weren't going in there in the middle of the day when other people were in there.
Not all of them,
For
but
the most part.
there were a few. Yeah. So theft was a big issue. Another big issue was the fact that this building didn't have any power going to it. That was really reason number two that we decided that we needed to not do the farm stand anymore. There were a lot of issues with just not having power to the building. So our whole idea with starting the farm stand was that we really wanted a place to just put our produce after the farmer's market and then have people leisurely come by and be able to pick up a few extra things and be able to sell a little bit extra throughout the week. And it did do its job. We thought at that time when we set it all up that we really didn't need power. We thought tomatoes can sit out on the counter. We could maybe put a cooler in there for some cucumbers or some other things, and it'll be fine. And the power thing was more than just the refrigeration. Lights was an issue, which we did solar. And then also just keeping the building cool itself. It got really hot in here. This is just pretty much a plywood or chipboard box. There's no insulation in it. The way it's constructed, it does not hold in any heat or any cool air. It's just kind of out of the elements. And then once the end of the season came, which it does every year, it froze in there, and the farm stand just like that had to be done. And that was an issue. And also lighting. We did have a solar light in there, but it was an issue because then it would turn on randomly. And then also the way this is built, because we would just leave this part open to invite people like, hey, come in. We used to have a sign here. But moths would find their way in through these tiny little cracks right here, and then they would be in there at night, and then the solar light that was like a sensor would just kick on and
Draw more moths.
Yeah, and draw more moths. So it was kind of an issue with, it led to an issue with bugs with the way we had it set up. And I mean, they're just moths. It wasn't really a big deal. That was really the only thing that was in there. And while we're on the topic of power, having refrigeration in there would have been really nice. We did end up having a cooler at one point, and then we would have to rotate ice. And I mean, you can get by doing that, especially with how short our growing season is. But that got in our way. And then when we were having all the theft, I put a security camera system in there that was on one of those solar panels right there. And it just didn't do as good of a job as something that would have been hardwired into power. And so that was another issue, all coming back to the power, also with the theft, bugs wanting to go in there at night because it was all on solar with automatic sensors and all of this. So those were all just issues that we encountered with how we set this up, which we learned about.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that we didn't like about having the farm stand was Jory really had to make it a twice daily task to go stock it, to clean it, to check it, present it, and make sure everything looks good. And it's just a daily grind to do that throughout the season, which has been nice to not have to do that.
That's true. A positive of that, with it being at our house, was it was right there. So it wasn't that hard. I just had to make sure to do it, or else, you know, you don't want to present something to people that doesn't look as nice as it could. So that was just something else to consider. What was our next issue with having the farm stand? I know a big one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. People always coming to your house. Now, where we had this set up was nice for our property because they didn't have to come down our driveway or go right next to our house. This was set up on the edge of the property out by the driveway, and it had its own driveway approach to it. And it was actually separated with an irrigation ditch between our driveway and where this farm stand, where the turnaround was for it. So people weren't coming down into our driveway, which was nice, but you would look out and you're like, oh, someone's here, which was kind of fun too. It was a little bit of both, but it was just like you always had to be looking out like, oh, is somebody there? And like we were grateful for people being there, but you don't know who's there too. Just with kids and stuff made us a little apprehensive, and just, you're not relaxed as much at home. You're kind of on guard and just paying attention a little bit.
One other negative about our particular setup was this building was free, which is great because it's kind of a proof of concept to see how the sales would work there. And it worked great. But if you had more than 2 different individuals stopping, 2 cars stopping at one time, they couldn't fit in there at the same time to go shop or pick up whatever they wanted. So if we were going to keep doing it, we were going to need a bigger building as well as power.
Yes, for sure. Now, when he says this building was free, I did find it free. I think I included a video on our channel about putting it all together a while back when we did a different farm stand video to kind of show you how it was working, which it was working. We were getting customers, which was the whole goal. But anyways, when we got it for free, it needed a lot of fixing up. It needed a new roof. It needed another wall. It needed some fixing up. It did have a different floor in it, but we didn't fix it up like very nice all the way to make it look super amazing inside. We just kind of wanted a shell to test drive. Can we sell produce at our property in a farm stand setup? And the answer was yes, but if you are considering it, maybe just keeping these things in mind and being at peace with them just in case they happen to you too. Something you might be wondering is, would we open a farm stand again? And the answer is
We sure hope so.
yes, we want to. So we would do it a little differently. The first thing we're planning to do differently is we're going to have a bigger building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it still will probably be a freestanding building of some sort, but it will be bigger. So if 3 people are in there that don't know each other, they can fit and they can get produce. What's another change we're going to make?
We need to have power.
Yes.
So because we're not going to have this at our house, so we can't be there as frequently. So having power to keep things more stable, shelf stable, everything would be great.
Mm-hmm. And that's the next thing, is we're not going to have it at our house. But we are going to have it close enough to our house where we can get to it daily, twice a day even, and open it and close it, which is something else we're going to do. We're going to be out there to open it. We're going to be out there to close it. Or my idea is to get one of those systems where they get there, they read a sign, they punch in a key code, and then it sends a text to their phone that says, put in your number. You put it in the little dial thing, and then it lets you in and the security cameras turn on, which he just thinks that's a little too techy for some people, but I mean, everything's techy nowadays. So
I think you need to make it as easy as possible for customers to get your stuff, but that's between us.
Yeah.
What we're talking about.
We'll figure it out. But that's another way to prevent the issue of the theft and of opening and closing, us having that additional job. But we're going to be there twice a day anyways. The next thing to make this a reality that we need to get going, besides the building, having power there, is securing the location. And we have an idea of a location that might work. It's not set in stone. We hadn't even talked to him yet. So hopefully it works. And if not, we're going to keep asking, because all you can do is ask until somebody says yes. And we know we might hear a lot of no's, but somebody might want to support local produce seasonally in our area and have a good lot on a busier road where we still feel like it's safe, but it's still in close proximity to your house. All these things.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to ask, and we're going to see if we can, for the next season, 2026, have a brand new farm stand.
One thing we noticed with our farm stand is we had a totally different clientele than we do at the farmer's market. So if you're selling produce yourself, that's a good thing to think about. You're getting a whole different market of people. Like the downtown farmer's market people didn't tend to drive out in the valley where we lived, and they probably won't where we put the farm stand next time too. So you're kind of upping your sales that way a lot.
Yeah.
It was nice.
That was nice. But we also had people who would find us at the farmer's market and then they would say, where else can I get your produce not on Saturday? Because I have other plans on Saturday. And we'd be like, great, we have a farm stand.
We continually get that question.
Yeah.
Still.
And people still ask, were you the people with the little farm stand? Do you have it still? And we have to tell them no. So we're hoping we can reopen. But improve, do it bigger and better, and just have it more functional.
I'm sure we'll find new problems
Yeah.
to complain about.
We will. But just wanted to pass these along to you, just in case you're thinking about opening up a farm stand for anything. I mean, it could be for eggs. It could be for baked goods. Some people make lots of different, things, and they want to sell them in a way that's convenient and has all these benefits. But doing it, there's a lot to think about, and these are just our opinions on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure I'll clip some footage in here of what the farm stand used to look like throughout this video, but let me take you inside of it to show you what it looks like right now. It's pretty rough, as you can see. I mean, we're missing a letter up there. Looks a little bit ridiculous, but let me just show you how big it is with me in there and the camera in there. Or how small it is, I should say. Come on in. And we've already ripped the floor out. It used to have a different floor. And we have other plans for it. We're actually going to convert this into a sauna, which is a video that we're making. If you're interested, check it out on our channel to see how we're going to make the space functional again, but for something else. So inside of the farm stand here, this is it. I mean, I have this little latch here. I can do this so it can go all the way in. You can see we didn't finish it out and make it look super nice at the time, which it worked. It worked for us. If we would have kept this farm stand open, we would have went ahead and done that. It used to have a different floor, as I said. That was just a linoleum floor. It used to have tables, and we had tables all around the edge, the perimeter. But with the tables coming out to here, and here, and here, this is the space you have to stand in this tiny little building. I think this building is only a 6 by 8 foot footprint, which is really tight. And then we would have a cooler over here on this side. But as you can see, this is a one-person shopping experience, and that was something we really needed to improve. Otherwise, it was a nice little frame. We did put this window in, which is completely filthy right now. This building has been sitting out in our field for the last 2 years, and I'm really excited. We're going to put it to new use as something else. So if you want to see the video where we convert this into a sauna so our family can enjoy it and so we can use this farm stand and give it new life yet again, stay tuned to our channel because we're going to make a video all about that. And I hope you found this video interesting. If you're considering opening a farm stand, hopefully you found something in this video that will help make your plans successful and avoid some heartaches. We'll see you on the next video.